Hi, everyone, and welcome to our 7th Kentico CMS podcast. I'm Thom Robbins, your host, and we are less than a month away from Kentico Connections here in Denver and the official launch of Kentico CMS 6 and the new Kentico Enterprise Marketing Solution. In today's podcast, I'm excited to have joining me Vitezslav Janecek, a Kentico CMS senior developer and whose team is actually working on EMS. Hi, thanks for joining me.
Hi.
Great to have you here.
I'm glad to be with you.
Thanks. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so I'm developer for Kentico, and right now I'm on position of senior developer here in Brno, and I've been working for Kentico for the last 4 years, and I've started as a student, as most guys here, and it was only my part-time job as a support engineer, and I've been working with guys like Juraj Andrus, who is customer care manager, or Peter Passenger, who is PR manager, or even Karol Jarkowski, who is solution architect.
So how did you get into technology? What started you down the technology path for your career?
Well, I think that it started as a small kid when I was playing with old kind of computers like Atari or Commodore and such things. I was captivated by computers, and I decided to go to technology school here in Brno to study IT. So here I am.
Did you start in customer support or did you start as a tester?
This is correct. I started as a support engineer in a customer care department. I was working there for about 1 year and a half maybe, and then I finished studies at the university and I moved to be a developer. So right now I am a senior developer, and it is about 2.5 years as a developer for me.
You're on Zednet's team, so you guys are focused a lot on EMS for 6.0, correct?
That is correct. Kentico Enterprise Marketing Solution is a big deal for us, and we are working on a major part of this.
From an EMS perspective, you guys focused a lot on what areas of EMS?
Well, we've been working on 3 parts. It is contact management, segmentation, and scoring or lead scoring.
Can you explain a little bit around contact management and why people would use it?
Okay, let me start by contact management without anything else. It is meant to be light or simple customer relationship management. Anybody can use this to define their customers. We call them contacts, and they are companies. We call them accounts. So they can manage relationships between contacts and accounts, and they can fill in information about them, set their position they are working on. They can create structured relationships between organizations using subsidiary accounts, and can even merge multiple contacts and accounts into single accounts and contacts. Let me give you an example of why to use merging. For example, if you find out that this company merged and it joined together and now it is only one company, you can simply merge 2 accounts and create new account using information you have already about this company.
Now, does segmentation provide the account structure? How does segmentation fit into this?
Well, let me go back a little bit to contact management to fill in details. Light CRM is only one part of contact management, and segmentation is using contact management as a whole complex part. So the second part of contact management is using contacts as a visitors on your site. You can track activities these visitors are doing on your site, and you can simply monitor everything they are doing. So this can be landing page, using search engine, voting in a poll. You have every information about this contact, and you can fill these contacts into contact groups. We are calling segmentation. Contacts are creating large groups, which are called contact groups. This is the segmentation. So instead of working with a single visitor and in contact, you can use defined contact groups, and you can, for example, use specific newsletter campaigns for these groups, or you can personalize content specifically for these groups. So this is the way how to work with single or with multiple contacts.
When you start collecting contacts and then obviously applying segmentation, this leads into lead scoring. How do we think about lead scoring?
Okay, so we think about lead scoring as a way how to provide, for example, your sales representatives a tool for picking up interesting contacts from your site. Let me give you an example. You want to define rules which will say, I will give 5 points to visitors from Texas, 3 points for visitors from Kansas, and 10 points to visitors who filled in information about them, like email address. These are attribute-based rules. Then you can create activity-based rules. For example, I will give 2 points to visitor who voted in a poll on my website, and I will give 3 points for each visit of section computers on your site. This will create activity rules which might be recurring, so each visit of your section will give them additional 3 points. And this way you will receive a list of contacts sorted by points. And most interesting contacts for you will be on the top, so your account manager can contact them and find out if he has something to offer to them.
Pulling all these features together, I know that you guys focused a lot on making it easy for non-technical users. Can all of this be set up without writing code, or are there things that I need to write code for and able to enable any of these features?
You are right. Try to create this as simple as possible. So you have option to find everything you need to set up these rules using drop-down lists or fill in information in text box. So you just simply say, I want first name to be like Peter. So you just say, so first name will be Peter, and that's it. Everything will be created for you, and you don't need to know how to work with our macro engine to create complex queries.
And then if you wanted to, though, you could work with the macro engine. What kind of things would you do with the macro engine?
Well, you are right again. You can create complex queries to specific contacts, which for example, you want to find somebody who also on your site shopping, for example, t-shirts, and who spent there more than $100. So this is a rather complex query, and you need to use macro engine to create a query for this.
So now that I know that we've released the beta recently, so anyone listening to this hopefully has gone and played with the beta, what kinds of things do you think might change between now and release?
Well, there is definitely one thing which is going to change. Lead scoring or scoring is not yet done. There is one thing which we need to finish. There is activity-based rules, which is not complete, and we are right now working on it. And there is not even working things like sending email when a contact reaches a certain number of points. So these are rather minor features, and we are going to finish them by releasing 6.
One of the questions, and it's funny, I was talking to one of our partners yesterday and I told him I would ask one of our developers, how do we actually do our development process? I mean, how do you guys come up with the specs and how often do you check in code? He was interested because obviously it's a big project, things like EMS. How do we think about that development aspects?
Well, it is an interesting question because we are constantly changing the way how we develop everything in Kentico CMS. At first, everything was already prepared before it reached a developer. So specification was created by project manager. It was reviewed by a team leader and CTO. But right now, changing the ways, and we are trying to give more power to developers and to team leaders, so they can work on the specification and find out new solution and ways how to implement this and how to work with this issue.
I guess one of the big questions that I'm curious about is a lot of this is kind of breaking new ground in how we think about .NET. What are some of the big technology hurdles that you faced in building 6.0 with .NET that you figured out a solution or some way to solve?
Personally, for me, the biggest issue was that contact management is rather complex, and when you think through every minor detail, you will see that when it should work together, there is a large number of issues you might fix before a customer find out how it doesn't work. So, for example, when you have large number of data, you have to think how it will work in a user interface, and must be really quick. So these kinds of things are challenging for me.
And I always ask everyone this, but what are your favorite resources? How do you keep up on the latest in .NET technologies, that kind of thing?
Well, I try to read various numbers of blogs from guys from Microsoft and so on, and I think that one good source of information is our CTO, Martin Hejtmánek, which has really good information, and his book posts are really informative.
No, I think we all read them, don't we?
So we do.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to speak with me today, and I think anyone who's listening hopefully will be working with the beta, and I think they'll be looking forward to the final release of EMS.
Thank you for having me here today, and I'll be looking for your comments on 6.0 on contact management.
Well, thank you very much.